A look from earlier as the Nets bus arrives at the arena. No doubt this is a club ready. Now it's ended.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. So the Nets starting five. Out there with Harden. And it's Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the five. And for the Clippers, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Batum. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Jackson passes to Leonard. And there's the feed to Batum. Rebound, Brooklyn.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Harden with the stuff.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
And here's Jackson. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Harden outside. Kept alive. A second chance effort. And he makes that one.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Here's Jackson. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And here's Leonard from three. The shot comes out, and Brooklyn will come the other way. Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
And, you know, Harden's exceptional at getting out on the break in transition. I mean, running exactly the right path and getting it done.
Jackson passes to George. Fires from deep. Here's Ibaka. Back to George. Just 5 to shoot. He can't get it to go. Good D by Jordan. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Jackson kicks to George. Will it go? Good on the three-point shot.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Harden outside. Pass to KD. The putback, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's George. It's hauled in by Brown. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Nets leading by 3. 1:57 left in the first quarter. Harden the pass to Durant. Shoots the 3. Let's keep it alive. Jordan with the bucket.
Offense in the paint is what his coaching staff is looking for from Jordan.
Now Jackson. Outside Leonard. 1:30 left in the first quarter of the game. Good on the bucket.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Harden with it, and they double up Jordan. Back to Harden. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Clippers trail by 3. 1:04 left to play in the first quarter. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Irving against Beverly. Zubac's in the post. And he converts the layup.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Irving passes to Claxton. Now, here is Irving. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Now the pass to Mann. There's the 3. Griffin grabs the board. Nets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. And that one is good.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
And here's Beverly. Pass to Mann. Kennard up top. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Nets. They lead by 3. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the...
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them, guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverly. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Mann in at the small forward position. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And and that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Up again, and Griffin stays with it. Griffin's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
And ever since entering the league, that's been one of Griffin's favorite ways to score, attacking that offensive glass.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Denied for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 3. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nets.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They're crashing the offensive glass hard, too. I mean, they've dropped in several second-chance baskets.
Pass to Irving. Puts one up from 19. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
Timeout.
And the Nets lead by 11.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Ibaka. It's George on the wing. Batum. Rebounded by the Nets. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the wide open shot from Green. And the 3 off target. Clippers trail by 11. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Irving. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that speed and athleticism of Griffin, a lethal combination when he's on the break.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. And here's George for 3. The shot, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this week. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Irving finds Dinwiddie. Shoots over Leonard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Boy, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
Here's George. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Outside Irving. Here's Claxton. He has 6. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from the baseline. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Dinwiddie. And the Nets lead by 17. To the paint. Here's Batum. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Now Irving. The tray. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Outside for Batum. It's blocked. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Dinwiddie's shot is off. One-on-one fast break. And Leonard gets it to go.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets looking. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Well, we know he's a magician on the court. Kenny, has there ever been anyone better
after a very lopsided first half. We'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Harden with it, setting the floor for the Nets. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Brown in a shooting guard. Leonard with the steal. To the inside. Here's Jackson. Outside for George. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. George has got the first basket of the second half here for the Clippers. Now here's Harden. Down low. Here's KD. And then Durant with the dunk.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively. But quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
George looking around. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Jordan.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contribution.
Poke loose. Stolen by Jackson. Lays it up off the glass. Jackson's got 5 now.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Pass to KD. From deep three-point range, the rebound by Paul George. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Trailing by 13.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
The pass to Durant. Steps back and fires. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's George. That was a strong dunk.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Brown outside. Harden inside the three-point line. Shot clock at 5. It's Brown with the drive.
Terrific ball movement. Harden with perfect timing on the pass. That's often overlooked when the pass gets there. He relishes his role as distributor.
George against Harden. Here's Ibaka, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Ibaka's got his first points of the game. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
1:15 left in the third quarter. Beverly dishes to Morris. Lets the three fly, and that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night and finished off by KD.
Yeah, you know, they get it to Durant because they trust him. They've got great confidence in him finishing in the open court.
52 seconds left in the third quarter. Beverly deciding where to go with it. No good with the triple. This is his first free throw of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And, guys, that was an element of his game that he could not get turned around. I mean, he was really in a funk and it lasted all season.
Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
He could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
Brown the pass to Harden. 19 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. They get a hand on it. And here's the fast break. Here's Mann. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And so it's Brooklyn, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be back with you shortly. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Mann in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Pass to Kennard. Here's Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Clock at 6. Dinwiddie against Kennard.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Griffin kicks to Dinwiddie. Back to Griffin. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And now it's an 11-point Brooklyn lead.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. And a miss there on the triple.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And here is Irving. Passes it to Claxton. Now the dish to Dinwiddie. And a wide open look for Irving.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Nets leading by 11. Here's Irving. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Leonard with the steal. And there's Jackson on the assist from Leonard. Jackson's got it back down to within single digits for the Clippers. Now Irving. Six to shoot. The long distance 3 is buried.
Not just range, but confidence, too. Irving can capitalize from way downtown.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
A 3 from Leonard. The rebound by the Nets. Griffin's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Green dishes to Dinwiddie. Outside for Griffin. Outside Irving. From deep. The rebound by Ibaka. Clippers trail by 12. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. Irving against Jackson. To the middle. It's stolen by Ibaka. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And George with the stuff.
And George is very good in how he leaks out in transition. Times it perfectly and really creates high percentage shots for himself as a result.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to KD. Five to shoot. Here's Jordan. There's the pass to Griffin. Takes the three. KD with the bucket.
And they came in determined. To take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
They get the rebound. Tries again. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Ibaka. Jordan with the rebound. Durant for 3. Off target with that shot.
Blessed with awesome physical tools. Ibaka.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight. And the starting lineups have concluded. So just... Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2 spot. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, here's Lillard. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Beverley deciding where to go with it. And the wide open shot from Morris. Misses the 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Lillard against Beverley. Lillard dishes to Covington. Good on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Leonard. Out to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Beverley, the pass to Morris. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Lillard. Passes it to McCollum. 14 feet away. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. The shot by Powell, no good.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
You're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back in playing.
Here's Lillard. Paul George making his last shot. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Now here's Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Beverley with the ball.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverley, just dishing the ball to the wide open man. Easy.
1:43 left in the first quarter. 11 feet away. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Outside, George. Inside, here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And the pass to Nurkic. kicks to Lillard. There's the dish to McCollum. Back to Lillard from downtown. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
There's never going to be hesitation from Lillard on his catch-and-shoot opportunities. His confidence through the roof on those.
George passes to Leonard. With a step back. Oh, Moore's in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. There's 39 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. 4-point game. Pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. 18 feet out. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Lillard's got 9.
And whether he's creating for himself or spotting up, Lillard's jumper is whizzing.
Here's George. Banked in off the glass.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Here's Lillard. Over Beverly. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers out in front, leading by 4. And we'll get things started in the second.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, governing the split-second chance opportunities. I mean, that's what has them in the lead right now.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Ibaka, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in at the 1. Jackson kicks to Kennard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Simons. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Outside Anthony. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Clippers trail. Now Jackson. No points in the game yet for him. Kennard with the ball. Here's Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
But the play disrupts the defense, and Kennard smartly capitalizes. He gets the ball to a ready shooter.
It's Jones on the wing. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Jones. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Floats it up for Cousins.
Oh, I love to see how Jackson runs the offense, keeping his eyes moving so he can set up his guys with the pass.
Here's Simons. Here's Kanter. Pass to Simons. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Clippers in the lead. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Kennard against Jones. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. And he gets the whip. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Now, here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And Ibaka slams it in.
Oh, as good as he is at creating his own shot, Kennard is also a solid distributor. Doesn't miss the open man when he spots him.
There's 1:38 left in the first half of basketball. Lillard finds Covington, and that one drops for him. Covington's got 5.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
Lillard against Jackson. He dishes it to Batum. Jackson looking it over. The feed to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, you can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
And they go to the intentional foul, and it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. .105 left to play here in the second quarter. Passes to Covington. Beverly against Lillard. Shot clock at 6. That shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Throws it up high.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
It's Powell on the wing. Here's Nurkic shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
He's still young with loads of upside. Nurkic is comfortable playing the enforcer. I mean, you can tell he wants to keep improving.
And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. George finds Morris. Outside for George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. The Clippers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
And here is Powell. Kicks it out to Lillard. Portland no good that time either. From deep, George. And again, no good by the Clippers. Good if it goes. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 10 points and 1 block.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Paul George really making a difference here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Offline with his 3. Clippers leading by 3, and Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Leonard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Here's Lillard. Nurkic trying to get open. Lillard misses. And Los Angeles guys shooting impressively throughout at 62%.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
To the inside. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Nurkic.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
From deep, George. Zubac kicks to George. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. The pass to George. 5 on the clock. Outside Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Lillard, the pass to Covington, 14 feet away. It's hauled in by Beverly.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Morris against Covington. Here's Zubac, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Now Lillard. 9 points in the game so far. The 9-footers on the mark. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's 3 guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from 3, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those 3 guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the 3 guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Here's Lillard. Lillard again missing.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's Cantor. Rebound by the Clippers.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Jones against Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson down low. Ibaka. Great positioning on the putback. Ibaka's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter. And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Kennard's shot is off. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Jones finds Anthony. Lets it fly from 18. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Anthony's got 5 points so far. Here's Jackson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
great is Jackson at earning these calls, especially from the interior where he is very crafty.
And so Jackson nails both of them. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Simons. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Ibaka with the ball. It's stolen by Jones. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Just insane length and leaping ability. Ibaka can reject shots from anywhere on the floor. And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. That shot off. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. Now here's Jackson. Jackson down low. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
That's a terrific answer. Right away, Jackson swings the momentum back in their favor with a big three.
Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Simons surveying the D. He feeds it to Cantor. Outside Anthony. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
The drive by Jackson. Count it. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Jackson is a genius at finishing on his drives. He just has so many tricks up his sleeve.
Here's Simons, and he dunks it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
No good from Cousins.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. McCollum finds Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Powell against Leonard. Powell, the pass to Covington. And here's McCollum for 3. No good on the shot. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Lillard stolen by Zubac. Here's George. The shot from the low post is good. And now a 10-point Clipper lead.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
That's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with the comfortable lead.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
Lillard against Beverly. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. Albert Covington picks one up.
Well, Beverly's a guy who loves physical contact. He really tries his best to absorb the contact on his shots to draw these fouls.
Both free throws good from Beverly. Trailblazers trail by 10. Morris finds Zubac. And now we've got the intentional foul. First one falls for him. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Covington with the bucket.
Well, what confidence from the rangy swing man. I mean, he knows what it takes to convert from that.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Lillard against Morris. Now, here's Lillard. Defense right on him.
I really like the hustle of Morris. He does a terrific job crowding the shooters.
And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. 10-point lead. The Clippers again turning it over.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnover.
Not a lot of time left for the Trailblazers in this one. Lillard looking around. Hands it from downtown. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
His three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep the D honest.
And it's sent back by Lillard.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Oh, yeah, a little room for error now. We'll see what they run.
And George, here we go. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
And a wide open look for McCollum. His three-pointer's off the mark. On offense, here are the Clippers. 9-point game. A deep three from Leonard. Rebounded by McCollum. Portland with the ball.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Well, it's tough, man. When you get to this point in the game, you fought hard, did your best, but just wasn't enough.
Leonard with the bucket.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game. A sustained effort across the board.
And Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. And here's George for three. Missed. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The traffic in New York City. And we've got...
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Jones is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in its center. And for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with Jordan. Then there's Brown. Then it's Harden. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. Now, here is Harden. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Harden with it. Down low. Here's KD. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Now here's Nurkic. Powell finds Nurkic. Back to Powell. Shot clock at 5. There's the triple. It's good from long range. Powell's got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here is Harden. Puts up a 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And, you know, if you score on Harden, this guy's going to take it personal. Answers right back.
Lillard the pass to Powell. For the 3. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Well, a good start here. That's Trey for Trey, and that's Spanish for 3.
Now Now Harden. Pass to Brown. It's stolen by Jones. Back to Powell. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. He dishes it to Powell. That's tipped. Lillard against Harden. Here's Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. Three-pointer. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. He has 6.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Back to Lillard. This one for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Lillard's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Portland. Now, here is Harden. 6 points for him. And there's the pass to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Yeah, how about the power from DJ there, slamming it down.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. KD leading the charge from outside the arc. Jordan against Nurkic. And they double up Jordan. Kicks it to Brown. Feeds it to Harris. No one near him. Again, the Nets for 2.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And here's Jones. In the corner, Powell with it. And another turnover here by Portland. Nets have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Lillard against Harden. Brown outside. Jordan up top. Dishes to KD. Shoots over Covington. No good on the last second attempt there. Tie game in Brooklyn. After this break, we'll be back. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to...
I think you get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Working the offensive glass that sometimes comes from predictable shots from your offense, and they've been opportunistic here.
We've got Green. He's out there with Griffin. And it's Irving in at the point guard position. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Greg is a point guard. What is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Here's Irving following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Outside Irving. Pass to Green. Dinwiddie against McCollum. Claxton with the bucket. Claxton's got his first points in this one.
There's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 5. Here's Simons. A putback.
Well, this is kind of that set play here for Cantor where he can show his wares. Good instincts there on the pick and roll.
Outside Irving. Dinwiddie outside. Outside Irving. And he's going up for the alley-oop. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. McCollum finds Hollis Jefferson. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 7 now in this quarter.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Dinwiddie up top. He's guarded by McCollum. The kick out to Irving. Back to Dinwiddie. Here's Claxton. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Portland leading by 3. Cullen passes to Anthony. Now here's Cantor. We've got 1:55 left here in the second. McCollum kicks to Anthony. Back to McCollum. From deep three-point range, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Nets with possession. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Outside Irving. And it's Portland with the rebound. And now Portland on the break for 3. Griffin grabs the board. Nets trail by 3. Dinwiddie attacking. The kick out to Irving. Fires from the line. And Cantor pulls it down. Portland's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Griffin with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And Dinwiddie gets it to go on the assist by Green. Dinwiddie's got 4 this quarter. There's 48 seconds left in the first half of the game. Shoots from 12. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 9. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Claxton. Outside Irving. To the middle. Stolen by Cantor. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And a wide open look for McCollum. Hits the 3 from the wing. And it's a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
Just so good off the pass. McCollum set up and ready at all times.
Irving surveying the floor. It's deflected. It's 2-on-1. Deep 2 from Anthony. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome. C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points. And that...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
And, guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Trailblazers, Damian Lillard out there with Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Covington in at the power forward position. Nets trail by 8. The kick out to Brown. Back to Jordan. KD against Nurkic. Pulls from the top of the key. That one drops for him. Durant's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Nets.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Nurkic finds Lillard. From deep. No good that time.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Covington. And Covington stays with it. Covington's got his first 2 points.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Harden dishes to Jordan. The shot's good.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Here is Lillard. He's got 6. To the paint. Here's Powell. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Powell's got 8 points.
Now, Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
Covington against KD. Off target with the open look.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
Back to Jordan. Out to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And it's off from 3-point range. Trailblazers leading by 6. Jones, the pass to Lillard. He feeds it to Covington. Back to Lillard over Harden. And there's Lillard on the assist from Covington. 8 points for him. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this here at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
And it comes off the front of the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
1:16 left to play here in the third. They get it again. Nurkic, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. And the Trailblazers lead by 7. Harden scanning the floor. Shoots over Lillard. Harden finds KD. From about 19 feet and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because it seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Nurkic with it. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And Finished off by Nurkic.
And Nurkic getting up there and waiting that rim.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Down low. Durant down low. Covington's there. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Kevin Durant.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Yeah, every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Great look, but off the mark. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Trailblazers out in front, leading by. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Green is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now McCollum. The 3. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Dinwiddie passes to Irving. The pass to Claxton. Here's Griffin. Offensive rebound. To the wing right side. Passes it to Irving. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Irving's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
Kyrie's got such a great touch from the outside. He's making that long shot look way too easy for a point guard of his size.
Here's Simons. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Now, here is Irving. The steal. And here's the break. And oh boy, a lot of contact there. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
2. And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
McCollum against Dinwiddie.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
Nets passing it around. Here's Irving. 5 to shoot. To take the lead. And it's Portland with the rebound. And they're running. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Here's Irving, fouled on the shot and hit. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And this is what he's worked on. As Kanter has become a more polished inside scorer, he's been drawing more fouls.
It's the first, and that gives them the lead. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Green, and it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. Portland also making some changes. Tyler Covington's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Goes up, and the dunk by Powell.
Good to see Damian Lillard take a more proactive approach to getting his teammates involved here in this one.
McCollum against Harden. That's tipped. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
But you got quicks, you got instincts, and you got aggression. Damian Lillard capable of taking over just about any time he wants.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. And a deep three from Irving. Goes back up. Out to Harris. Durant with a wide open look. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Well, anyone questioning Durant's killer instinct can stop right now. Wow.
Here's Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. Back to Lillard. The feed to Nurkic. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. The shot that time, not on target. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Here's Harden. It's good. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Lillard with it. Baseline J on the way, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Lillard operating with smoothness there makes the defender overcommit, and when you're out of position, you end up fouling.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Huge free throws, bumps the lead up to 3, and now they simply have to guard against the 3-ball.
Inside, it drops, and that shot brings them to within just 1.
Kevin Durant, simply one of the game's greatest scorers of all time.
Pass to Powell, and there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those 5 seconds away.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 3-point game. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They trail by 3. Just 4 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, C.J. McCollum.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
KD defines efficient catch-and-shoot players. Perfectly timed there. Great rhythm off the pass.
And so the big win by Portland. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. The activity in front of the Brook and the Clippers starting five. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the one. And for Brooklyn, Brown out there with Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Durant. And it's Jordan in at the center. Now here's Brown. Kicks it out to Harden. Here's the Clippers. From 12 feet out. Jackson finds Zubac. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. It's stolen by Brown. And here we go. Harden. Oh, what a play!
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Now here's Jackson. Outside, George. Here's the three. Knocks it loose. And again, the Clippers turn it over. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players. But you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. For three, Harris. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
The minute KD gets the ball, all eyes are on him. That leaves a wide open man.
Leonard looking around. No good on the three.
And he didn't punish him for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
The pass to Jackson. Brooklyn with the rebound.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
George, that's a two-pointer. Los Angeles with another miss.
Oh, my God, they can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
And the shot goes in.
You see how quickly Durant sets up for the catch-and-shoot shot, giving the defense no chance.
For the Clippers, it's been a slow start here. Searching for their first points of the game. The three from George. Los Angeles with another miss. And so Brown will bring it up for the Nets. Harden has a wide open look. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. George with the ball. Picked up by Harris. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Jordan high post. Back to Harden. Yes, that goes in.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
1:43 left to play here in the first. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Here's Claxton. Dinwiddie kicks to Irving. To the inside. On the wing, Green. Just 5 to shoot. Dinwiddie outside. Steps back and shoots. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Clippers trail by 7. To the middle. Here's Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find. Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully he can stay healthy this go around.
Now here is Ibaka. Got a piece of it. Dinwiddie against Kennard. Pass to Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
And here is Irving. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Man passes to Ibaka. Shakes him. And it's good on the layup.
When you have someone with Ibaka's size and coordination, it's a crime not to get him some looks inside.
Irving passes to Green. From deep three-point range, they get it back.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip-in.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nets lead. And it seems like players are constantly changing teams.
As a team, as a unit, as a roster, we've had a...
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
The essence of the game is deception. And Kyrie, one of the best in the business.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you said.
Love it, love it. So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Now, here is Irving. Over Jackson. Here's Claxton. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Effort play, pursuing the basketball. Love how he puts in the work.
Outside, George jacks up a three. The Clippers keep it alive. Zubac finds Leonard. George against Dinwiddie. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Back to Griffin. Dinwiddie outside. 4 on the shot clock. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. That shot by Griffin, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Jackson kicks to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Pass to Leonard. The three. It doesn't go for him. The Nets go the other way with it.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
George way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Harden scanning the floor. There's a minute 34 left to play in the first half. And again, no good by Brooklyn. George, no good.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Harden dishes to Durant. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Outside, George. Outside, Leonard. The high post shot. They get it back. Zubac the pass to Morris. Great D that time from Jordan.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Here's Zubac, and it's blocked by Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan is a force on defense. Tough to finish when he's lurking.
Back to Harris. Durant with it. Leonard picks him up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Nets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Much like Marcus Gasol, DeAndre was drafted as an unpolished second-round pick. Now one of the more impactful centers around.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Clippers. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The deep 3 from George. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Excellent timing on the offensive glass, and Ibaka takes advantage of the second chance opportunity.
Harden outside. It's stolen by Ibaka. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They kept at it on both ends. And that should do.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We've got Harden. Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Brown, and it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. So that's the Nets 5. And Brooklyn turns it over again. Clippers leading by 3. Out to Morris. Here's George. From the arc. Drills it from outside. George has got the first points of the second half here for Los Angeles. Nets shooting 39% from the floor. At their best. Brown outside. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
George with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Jackson misses.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Harden gets the bucket.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Now Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Leonard. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the 3rd quarter. It's stolen by Morris. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Finished off the break. Now it's a 6-point Los Angeles lead.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
Harden kicks to KD. And that one, good. Durant's got 6.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
George with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. Passes to Jackson. George with no one around. And too long on the shot.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or 2.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Leonard, no luck.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Beverly against Irving. Outside, Green. Dinwiddie outside. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
1:10 left in the third. And that one's good. Beverly's got his first basket. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Here's Claxton, defended by Ibaka. Jumps up, and he's fouled pretty hard on that. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Irving. It's hauled in by Beverly.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And you know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular.
From deep, and the Nets another three.
So good at pulling up off the dribble. Kyrie completely under control the whole time.
Tie game in Brooklyn. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Ibaka is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the small forward. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. The offensive rebound. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
Irving passes to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. Over Beverly. No good from Irving. The Clippers in the lead. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. No good from Cousins. Brooklyn's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Dinwiddie. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And the Nets lead by 1.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
And here is Irving. Plenty of space. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Now here's Beverly. Tries from 16. Doesn't go that time.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Green. And James Harden has subbed in for Dinwiddie. Irving passes to Durant. That 3 off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
No one covering.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Here's Irving. And the pass to Harden. Back to Irving. 5 on the clock. Outside, KD. And again, no good by Brooklyn. LA's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Nobody near Leonard. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. Lets it go with a 3. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Irving with the basket on the assist by KD. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
Kyrie has done it again. He loves the big shot and the big moment.
Jackson looking around. And he banks in the layup. Jackson's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
That's what Jackson's doing right now. Supreme confidence in the clutch.
Outside Jordan. To the paint. Here's Harden. Oh,
no, he didn't.
Big time basket at a big time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now George. There's 45 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Rebounded by the Nets. And here again, the Nets in transition. Up the court they go. Outside for KD. They grab their own miss. Jordan, count it!
What I like about that play, DeAndre Jordan not just looking to corral the miss, he's looking to finish the job.
Pass to Leonard. Durant with the steal. Here's Irving. And the shot goes down. And the Nets lead by 6.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
The deep 3 from Harden. Misses.
And when you are as good a shooter as he...
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. They've got Derek Jones. Albert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the point guard. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, here's Lillard. And there's the pass to Nurkic. It's Powell on the wing. Clock at 6. Portland needs to get off a shot. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow.
Well, the length of Kawhi Leonard twice on the pipes with that 7'3" wingspan.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Leonard with the steal. Beverly with the ball. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Not going to go that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Covington wide open. He fires. Nice open look, but it's no good.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And, Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
Here's Powell, following the score by Serge Ibaka.
Love the assertiveness of Norman Powell. Boy, turn the lights out.
Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Jones against George. Pass to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. From the top of the key, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Jones. Lillard, right side. Here's Covington. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice job by Robert Covington to draw the contact and get himself to the foul line.
And both free throws good for Covington. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Beverly deciding where to go with it. There's the feed to Ibaka. Nurkic with the block. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lillard outside. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Covington passes to Lillard. Back to Covington. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
Well, making an impact with his defense has been a trademark of Serge's game. Nice job by the big man.
Clippers leading by 7. And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. But they'll get another chance. Outside, George. Second shot opportunity. And it's rebounded by Covington.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
There's 53 seconds left in the first. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Now here's Jackson. Back to Zubac. Outside for Jackson. 6 to shoot. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Cousins. And they pick up 2.
You know, I like this. Instead of trying to jack up the 3, get the ball to Cousins for a high percentage look.
McCollum against Kennard. And a wide open look for McCollum. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Kennard for 3. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back to the action after this word. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
They've got Ivica Zubac, Luke Kennard out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Batum in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Well, you think back to DeMarcus Cousins' career. Because of his skill set on the low block, he has spent a lot of time at the foul line.
Now here's McCollum. Pass to Cantor. And here's Anthony from the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Anthony's got himself on the board with 3 there.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Kennard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on C.J. McCollum. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one drops. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical. And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
The alley-oop layup, very well done.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Outside Jackson. Now the pass to Kennard. Now Zubac. He's covered by Cantor. Here's Zubac. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Trailblazers trail by 5. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Cousins, no one around him. Had the space there, but it's offline. Trailblazers have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Hollis Jefferson finds McCollum. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Passes it to Simons. Back to McCollum. Offensive rebound. The shot will not fall. And it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson with the foul. That's his first foul. Clippers leading by 3. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer, no good.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Now here's Lillard. No points in the game yet for him. No good off the front iron. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered. And Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Here's Lillard. Inside, Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Go into the rack with energy
and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Now, here's Beverly. And Ibaka kicks to Beverly. Oh, good on the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Jones, the pass to Lillard. Pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Fires the three. The Trailblazers rebound.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Left side, Leonard. Wide open. That one misses. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And here they come. Kicks it out to Covington. Lillard against Beverly. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to just one on the bucket from Lillard.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. The first free throw is good.
Well, Paul George smack dab in the middle of the prime of his career, and maybe underestimated is his drive to win. You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. That's a 2 from Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard.
I think he's got to settle down, because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter, he has been completely bothered.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose.
And that'll do it for the first half. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, well, the Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They have a 5-point lead. Kenny. And that.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Here's who Jerry Stotts is starting the second half with. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Jones in at the shooting guard. Now Powell after the missed 3 from Reggie Jackson. Powell kicks to Covington. Shoots over Leonard. Covington's shot is off. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Jackson. Here's Morris. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
And the basket by Lillard. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Now, here's Lillard. The dish to Covington. Back to Lillard. From deep 3-point range, it's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity. Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
Here's Lillard, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The 3 from George. Morris passes to George. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Now, here is Ibaka. Down low, here's Leonard, and that one drops. Leonard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Here's Covington. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Covington's got 6.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Outside, George. Outside for Jackson. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 8. Powell, the pass to Lillard. 3rd quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. It's Powell on the wing. Defended by George. Nurkic. That one goes. Count it.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Now Jackson. Pass to Leonard. 2 points. That one goes.
You know, they worked the ball into ideal position there to get the high-quality look.
Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Lillard scanning the floor. Kicks it to Jones. Jackson against Lillard. To the inside. Nurkic can't hit. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Kicks it out to Leonard. There's the pass to George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You see, Paul George just understands how to use his length and his size. He is such a tough cover close to the basket.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Cousins comes in for Morris. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. McCollum against George. There's Hollis Jefferson, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you can see the basketball IQ of Hollis Jefferson on display. He senses the foul coming, goes straight into it.
So he gets them both. 6 seconds left to play in the third. Kennard for 3. No good. Shot missing. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And thanks to their outstanding defense, the impact Damian Lillard has had on this game has been minimal. Back right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Batum. Ivica Zubac is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Kennard in at the 2 guard. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Hollis Jefferson with it. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. 4 on the clock. Now, here's Kennard. He kicks it to Beverly. A three-pointer off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 7. Hollis Jefferson passes to Simons. A 3-ball. Drains the three-pointer. Simons has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Now here's Beverly. Tight defense on him. Pass to Kennard. Beyond the arc. Sinks the triple. And the Clippers lead by 7.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly making it easy for his teammate to score.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. McCollum dishes to Anthony. Back to McCollum. From deep. Batum grabs the miss. Clippers leading by 7. Kennard kicks to Batum. Again, Los Angeles.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Simons. Pass to Anthony. And the rejection by Zubac. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Norman Powell's checked in for Anthony. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That will be foul number 5 on him. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Lillard against Beverly. Pass to Kennard. Now, here's Zubac. 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. And it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now, here's Beverly. The pass to Kennard. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now, here is George. Leonard on the wing. Fires from 18. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
What a smooth-looking release from Kawhi Leonard. Doing work in the mid-range. That is his comfort zone.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. To the paint. Here's Anthony. That one doesn't go. Good work defensively by Morris. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. They've allowed just 7 points here in the 4th quarter. George against McCollum. Outside Leonard. And George kicks to Leonard. Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Knocks down the 3-ball.
This, to me, is where he can be lethal. In fast break situation, Norman Powell's speed's a problem.
This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
A nice shot by George.
relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Jackson with it. Dishes it to George. Back to Jackson. Takes a three. Offline. So the Clippers with the win. It was up. All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it. So the next starting five. We've got Durant out there with Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Powell. Damian Lillard out there with Jones. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. Now here's Brown. Harris looking it over. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Harden the pass to Durant. Shot clock at 6. On the wing, Harris. Harden against Lillard. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Covington dishes to Lillard. Back to Covington. Fires from 14. Brooklyn with the rebound.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
And here is Jordan after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And there's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
Harden against Lillard to the middle. Covington kicks to Lillard. Powell with it. Fires the 3. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Brown the pass to Jordan. Back to Brown. Outside for KD. 3-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper.
You know, when Durant gets a look from that distance, he's letting it fly.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, and Lillard gets it to go.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at
you. A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now, here is Harden. Lots of room. And his third shot of the night, no good, 0 for 3. And now Portland on the break. And Lillard kicks to Powell. And it's sent back by KD.
That extraordinary reach combined with good timing makes Durant a real threat as a shot blocker. Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 9. Dishes it to Powell. Launches it. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Durant. Jordan. Great positioning on the putback.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Here's Lillard. 50 seconds left to play in the first. Portland again missing. The Nets with the lead. Lobbed up there for Durant. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Now here's Lillard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's his first trip to the line. And the first one at the line is good.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. Anthony's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Derek Jones. Now, here's Dinwiddie. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Hollis-Jefferson finds McCollum. From deep. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 2. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchup defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Enes Kanter. Anthony is out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. And Portland has possession after the basket by Brooklyn. McCollum kicks to Hollis-Jefferson. Launches a 3. McCollum no good. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Back to Irving from the arc. Headshot off. Now Portland takes it the other way. Here's Simons. He sinks the 11-footer. Simons has got his first bucket in this one.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Here's Irving. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Now McCollum. Beyond the arc. Connects from 3-point range. McCollum's got a pair of triples in the second now for Portland. Pass to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen.
And, fellas, he pulled it off to perfection.
Now, here's Irving. He's guarded closely. No good from 11 feet. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on a 15-6 run. McCollum finds Hollis-Jefferson. McCollum against Dinwiddie. Back to McCollum. 5 on the clock.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Here's Griffin. The shot misses. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Now here's McCollum. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Irving from long range. Another shot. Here's Claxton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Enes Kanter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Blazers.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Kicks it to Powell. Now Lillard, guarded by Harden. Back to Powell. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Claxton. Nets trail by 6. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Harden outside. Bombed up there for Durant. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Boy, a dynamic wing with freakish length. Durant is the ideal alley-oop target.
Here is Lillard. The 3. Traps in the tray. Lillard's got the lead up to 7 now for Portland.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Boy, that in-between game.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above. And
as we get to this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
So for Brooklyn now, Jordan is out there with Durant. Then there's Brown. Then it's Harden. And it's Harris in at the small forward. Powell kicks to Covington. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. The shot by Powell, no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Boy, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
And stolen by Jordan. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. A finish, and KD throws it down.
Boy, with that long reach of his, so easy for KD to throw it down.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. It's Powell on the wing. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 6 rebounds in the game.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They lead by 1. And then Durant with the dunk.
You know, guys are a little shaky when they're around Durant because defensively he's got long arms, he's active with his hands, and that's why he comes up with those steals.
Lillard dishes to Powell. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Brown against Jones. Now here's Brown. Not a lot of room. The Nets need to get a shot off here. The shot's good from Jordan.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. The shot by Powell, no good.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses. Brown
the pass to Harris. Off off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Over Harden. Lillard finds Jones. Back to Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Here's Jones, and Jones slams it in.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Harden outside. He kicks to Harris. Off target with his three. Portland's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. That one falls.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Lillard against Harden. Pass to Jones. Down low. Covington. Nurkic trying to get open. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to just one on the bucket from Covington.
Man, I'm impressed by the level of concentration Covington has on these difficult finishes. I mean, in this league, you have to get used to making shots despite being bumped a little bit or being challenged at a high level.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
You know, Jordan, to me, is one of the more reliable bigs in the league. He takes a lot of punishment and rarely takes a night off.
Here's Simons. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Shot from free throw range. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Nets as they wrap up the third quarter with a 13-4 run. From Portland, we're back in a moment. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Rondé Hollis Jefferson out there with Ennis Cantor. Then it's Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, and something else they've done all through this one is knock down the mid-range jump shot whenever they've had the chance. Nice play call there. Down the stretch, getting him the open look.
Yeah, I put that one on the defense. I mean, they can't leave him open at this stage.
The pass to Claxton. Inside. He lobs it up.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
McCollum outside. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Simons, covered by Irving, and it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Go ahead and get it, youngster. Hollis Jefferson showing off the springs.
Nets leading by 5. Dinwiddie outside. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. It's the Nets now. Griffin passes to Green. The dish to Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Irving's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. And a wide open look for McCollum from outside off the mark.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
But they recover it. The rebound by Simons. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter start. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Out to the right wing. Lets it fly. And it's Simons missing. Nets leading by 7. Good work there as it goes.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Anthony, no one around. Brooklyn with the rebound. Griffin's got his 4th rebound in this one. And an intentional foul right there. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Powell, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Jeff Green. And James Harden has subbed in for Dinwiddie. A 3-pointer is right on target.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Lillard against Irving. There's a minute 47 left here in the fourth quarter. Off the mark from 16 feet out. Powell for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. And now it's only a 5-point Brooklyn lead.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from 3-point range on the break. But for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
KD with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Moving against Lillard. Feeds to Nurkic. A 3-ball. Lillard misses. Brooklyn leading by 5. Here's Harden on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum. Pass to KD. On the wing, Harris. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Powell finds McCollum. No good from outside.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
34 seconds left in the game. Nets passing it around. Here's Jordan. The shot missing. Great D that time from Nurkic.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Powell against Harris. Powell with it. Lock at 6. The 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for great.